This is Dr. Elinor Robin. I'm a divorce mediator in Boca Raton, Florida, and I want to thank you for coming to this videotape. This is the third videotape in a series of 3 videotapes, and today I want to focus a little bit on the beginning and the end of divorce. When I say the beginning, I want to kind of look at the process, how things go. A husband and a wife decide they want to get divorced. Sometimes only one of them decides they want to get divorced. And typically, that person will end up starting with an attorney. So that one person hires an attorney, they go to the attorney, and the attorney files a petition with the court. When the second person gets the petition, gets served on them, they then go and hire another attorney who files an answer. And then the attorneys go, I'm not the best speller, and then the attorneys go through a process of discovery. They try to gather information, a lot of it financial information. The attorney's perspective basically is, I want to protect my client's legal rights, I want to limit my client's legal liabilities, and so in order to do that, the attorney typically takes the position that the other side may be trying to hide things. And so the process can sometimes get very, very ugly. Ultimately, when the attorneys are done with their research and their discovery, depositions, interrogatories, etc., ultimately the case ends up in mediation. And in mediation, the parties and their attorneys sit and discuss the case and hopefully come to some resolution. In Florida, only a very small percentage of cases actually goes to trial in divorce. In other states, the percentage may be higher because the other state might not be as mediation friendly as we are. But as time passes, more and more people are and more attorneys are receptive to the mediation process. So those cases are resolved in mediation. What we do here at Friendly Divorce is a little different. What we do is what happens, let me erase this over here. Well, I'll leave it so we can kind of compare. What happens in a friendly divorce is a husband and a wife come in together. Husband and wife. They come in together, they sit down, and they start talking about what it is that they have. Often they're missing critical pieces of information. They may not know what their retirement accounts are worth. But instead of doing that discovery process through attorneys, the husband and wife go out and gather the information on their own. They go out and do their own research. And then they come back in, and that's when they enter into mediation. How are we going to divide things up? When they do, we write up an agreement for them, and that's basically the end. They then go in front of a judge for an uncontested divorce. So when you and your soon-to-be ex are considering which process do you want to use, you should be aware that there is really no one-size-fits-all process for people going through divorce. For some people, the attorney process is the right way to go. If one person feels intimidated or coerced, the attorney process is necessary because it's necessary for somebody to have that legal advocate. If there's allegations of domestic violence, it's important that there be an attorney there to protect the victim from the batterer. If someone is completely unaware of what the financial resources of the family are, they probably want to have an attorney do some research for them. But if parties are more informed, they're aware of what they have, they're able to sit down with assistance and negotiate and come to some kind of resolution, they probably can go through a process very much like the one we offer at a friendly divorce. And there are mediators around the country who can help people do this, save money and save heartache. Okay. Once you've made it through that legal divorce, well, actually even before you've made it through that legal divorce, from the very beginning, as soon as you know you're going to get divorced, you know what you have to do legally. I just talked about it. There are some other things that you can do that are going to help you be a success on the other end of the side. And the first one is call a truce with your ex. It doesn't matter if your ex isn't ready. If you have children, it's critical that you say to your ex, we are always going to be a family. We're going to be grandma and grandpa to the same babies. And so I want to find solutions that work for both you and for me and for our children. That's number one. Call a truce with your ex. And stick to that mantra. I want to find solutions that work for you and for me and for our children. Number two, strive to be your best. Divorce is a time of assessment. Look at yourself. Where did you go wrong in this marriage? Where could you make better choices the next time? Right? So number two, look at yourself, create an action plan. Where do I want to go here? And keep focused on being your best you. Number three, don't jump into the next relationship. Give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to assess what it is that you want and where it is that you want to go. The second marriages have a much higher rate of survival when there's at least 5 years in between the end of a first marriage and the start of a second marriage. So give yourself time. Number four, create a support system. And you want to utilize your old friends, your old relatives, as well as some new people into that support system. You may want to include a professional in that support system, a therapist or a divorce coach, because now this is the most difficult transition of adult life. So anybody you can include to bolster that support system, make it bigger and stronger. Now's the time when you need that support system more than ever before. The final one, number 5, stay positive. Keep yourself positive. Keep focused on the positive. Keep trying to find the silver lining to the cloud and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to keep plodding through and get there and create the life that you really want to live. Thank you for being with me.